The variola virus, a name that may sound unfamiliar to many, is responsible for one of humanity's oldest and deadliest foes, smallpox. This tiny, microscopic entity has haunted civilizations for centuries, leaving a trail of suffering and death in its wake. Smallpox, in its prime, was a disease that instilled fear in the hearts of entire populations. It ravaged communities, leaving behind a distinct trail of disfigurement and death. Variola is a member of the poxvirus family, a group of viruses known for causing skin lesions. Unlike its distant relative, the chickenpox virus, variola is far more aggressive and deadly. While chickenpox is generally a mild childhood illness, smallpox was a relentless killer, claiming millions of lives throughout history. The impact of smallpox on human history is undeniable. It has shaped the course of empires, influenced the outcomes of wars, and left an indelible mark on art, literature, and culture. Understanding variola, its past and its potential future, is crucial, even in a world where smallpox has been eradicated. It serves as a reminder of the devastating power of infectious diseases and the importance of continued vigilance in the face of potential threats. The history of smallpox dates back thousands of years, with evidence of the disease found in ancient Egyptian mummies and early Chinese texts. These early records describe the characteristic symptoms of smallpox, including high fever, fatigue, and the distinctive rash that would cover the body. During the Middle Ages, smallpox outbreaks were common, and the disease was often fatal, especially for children and those with weakened immune systems. In the 18th century, the practice of variolation, an early form of inoculation, began to spread. This involved deliberately infecting a person with material from a smallpox sore, in the hope of inducing a mild case of the disease and subsequent immunity. The breakthrough came in 1796 when Edward Jenner, an English physician, developed the first successful smallpox vaccine using material from cowpox lesions. Jenner's work laid the foundation for modern immunology and led to widespread vaccination campaigns that eventually eradicated smallpox in 1980. The eradication of smallpox is one of humanity's greatest achievements, demonstrating the power of scientific collaboration and public health initiatives. Today, scientists continue to study the variola virus to understand its biology and to prepare for any potential future threats. Advances in virology and vaccine development have provided us with tools to combat other infectious diseases, but the legacy of smallpox reminds us that vigilance is always necessary. As we face new and emerging infectious diseases, the lessons learned from the battle against smallpox guide our efforts to protect global health. The story of variola and smallpox is a testament to human resilience, scientific innovation, and the enduring quest to overcome the challenges posed by infectious diseases. Though smallpox no longer threatens us, its legacy lives on, reminding us of the importance of preparedness, research, and global cooperation in the fight against disease. The origins of smallpox are shrouded in the mists of time, but evidence suggests it has plagued humanity for at least 3,000 years. This ancient scourge has left its mark on countless generations, shaping the destinies of entire civilizations. The story of smallpox is not just a tale of disease, but a chronicle of human resilience and the relentless pursuit of survival. Some researchers believe that telltale signs of smallpox can be found on the mummified remains of the Egyptian pharaoh Ramses V, who died in 1157 BCE. The pockmarks on his skin are a silent testament to the disease's ancient presence. This discovery provides a glimpse into the distant past, revealing how smallpox has been a relentless adversary of humanity for millennia. This points to the disease's ancient and enduring presence in human populations. Smallpox was not just a localized affliction, it spread across continents, affecting diverse cultures and societies. Its ability to transcend geographical boundaries made it one of the most feared diseases in history. Throughout history, smallpox outbreaks have been a recurring nightmare, leaving behind a trail of devastation. Entire communities were often wiped out, and survivors were left with scars that served as permanent reminders of their ordeal. The psychological impact of these outbreaks was profound, instilling a deep-seated fear that lingered for generations. The disease has been found in ancient Egypt, India, and China, suggesting its widespread reach even in antiquity. In these early civilizations, smallpox was a formidable enemy, challenging the medical knowledge and resources of the time. Ancient texts and records describe the symptoms and the desperate measures taken to combat the disease, highlighting the universal struggle against this relentless foe. One of the most well-documented outbreaks occurred in 1520 when Spanish conquistadors inadvertently unleashed smallpox upon the Aztec Empire in Mexico. The indigenous population, having no immunity to the disease, was devastated. The epidemic played a significant role in the downfall of the once mighty empire, altering the course of history in the Americas. The resulting epidemic decimated the indigenous population, playing a significant role in the empire's downfall. The social and cultural fabric of the Aztec society was torn apart, and the power dynamics in the region were forever changed. This tragic event underscores the profound impact that smallpox had on the course of human history. Smallpox continued to ravage populations across the globe for centuries. No corner of the world was spared from its reach. From the bustling cities of Europe to the remote villages of Africa, smallpox left a trail of death and suffering. The global impact of the disease was immense, influencing migration patterns, economic activities, and even political decisions. In Europe, recurring epidemics swept through cities and villages, leaving behind a trail of death and disfigurement. The disease struck indiscriminately, affecting people of all ages and social classes. The fear of smallpox was ever present, and the sight of its victims was a grim reminder of its destructive power. The disease did not discriminate, affecting rich and poor alike. Royalty and commoners, young and old, all fell victim to its ravages. The egalitarian nature of smallpox highlighted the vulnerability of all humans, regardless of their status or wealth. This universal threat brought communities together in their shared struggle against the disease. Kings and queens succumbed to its wrath, as did countless ordinary citizens. The loss of influential leaders to smallpox often led to political instability and power struggles. The disease's impact on the ruling class had far-reaching consequences, affecting the governance and stability of entire nations. The impact of smallpox extended far beyond its immediate death toll. The fear and paranoia it instilled in populations led to social and economic disruptions. Trade routes were abandoned, markets were deserted, and daily life came to a standstill during outbreaks. The psychological toll of living under the constant threat of smallpox was immense, affecting the mental health and well-being of entire communities. It instilled fear and paranoia, disrupted trade and commerce, and hindered social and economic progress. The economic impact of smallpox was profound as businesses closed and economies faltered. The disease's ability to halt progress and development was a stark reminder of the fragility of human societies in the face of such a formidable adversary. The disease left a lasting legacy of suffering and loss, shaping the course of human history in profound ways. The scars of smallpox are not just physical but also historical, etched into the collective memory of humanity. The story of smallpox is a testament to the resilience and determination of the human spirit, as well as a reminder of the importance of scientific advancement in the fight against disease. The eventual eradication of smallpox stands as one of humanity's greatest triumphs, a beacon of hope in the ongoing battle against infectious diseases. Variola virus, the culprit behind smallpox's reign of terror, spreads primarily through respiratory droplets. This means that the virus is most commonly transmitted from person to person through the air, making it highly contagious and difficult to control once an outbreak begins. When an infected person coughs or sneezes, tiny invisible droplets containing the virus are launched into the air. These droplets can travel several feet and linger in the air for a period of time, posing a risk to anyone who happens to be nearby. These droplets can then be inhaled by unsuspecting individuals nearby, leading to infection. The virus enters the respiratory tract and begins to replicate, eventually spreading throughout the body and causing the characteristic symptoms of smallpox. While respiratory transmission is the most common route, variola can also spread through direct contact with infected bodily fluids or contaminated objects. This means that the virus can be transmitted through physical touch or by coming into contact with surfaces that have been contaminated by an infected person. Touching an infected person's skin lesions, sharing utensils or bedding, or coming into contact with contaminated clothing can all lead to transmission. The virus can survive on surfaces for a period of time, making it possible for someone to become infected even if they do not have direct contact with an infected person. Variola is a highly contagious virus, especially during the early stages of illness when the infected person is most likely to be shedding large amounts of the virus. During this time, the virus is present in high concentrations in the respiratory secretions and skin lesions of the infected person, making it easy for the virus to spread to others. It can spread rapidly through close contact within families, communities, and crowded living conditions. This is why smallpox outbreaks were often so devastating, as the virus could quickly infect large numbers of people in a short period of time. Historically, this made smallpox particularly devastating in densely populated urban areas where the virus could spread like wildfire. The close proximity of people in these areas made it easy for the virus to move from person to person, leading to large-scale outbreaks. Understanding how variola spreads is crucial, even though smallpox has been eradicated. By studying the transmission of the virus, scientists and public health officials can better prepare for and respond to potential outbreaks of other infectious diseases. It highlights the importance of basic hygiene practices, such as hand washing and covering coughs and sneezes, in preventing the spread of infectious diseases. These simple measures can go a long way in reducing the transmission of viruses and protecting public health. It also underscores the need for effective public health measures, such as isolation and quarantine, to contain outbreaks and protect vulnerable populations. By isolating infected individuals and implementing quarantine measures, public health officials can help to prevent the spread of the virus and protect those who are most at risk. Global cooperation is also essential in controlling the spread of infectious diseases. International health regulations and collaboration between countries can help to ensure that outbreaks are quickly identified and contained, preventing the spread of the virus across borders. Vaccination programs have been incredibly successful in preventing the spread of smallpox and other infectious diseases. The smallpox vaccine was a key tool in the eradication of the disease, and continued vaccination efforts are important in preventing the re-emergence of the virus. Ongoing research and development in the field of virology are also crucial in preparing for future virus outbreaks. By studying viruses and developing new treatments and vaccines, scientists can help to protect public health and prevent the spread of infectious diseases. Community education and public awareness campaigns are important in helping people understand how viruses spread and what they can do to protect themselves. By providing accurate information and promoting healthy behaviors, public health officials can help to reduce the transmission of viruses and protect public health. The historical impact of smallpox and the lessons learned from its eradication continue to inform public health efforts today. By understanding how the virus spread and the measures that were successful in controlling it, we can better prepare for and respond to future outbreaks of infectious diseases.